You look awful. That's the first thing you say.
Yeah.
Is you look awful.
I do. I know
Hey.
I do.
Hey everybody, welcome. We're doing a thing tonight that we talked about. You might notice that we have some people. We have some people over here with us below me and Mr. Steakums. Steak, say hi.
Hey everybody. This is our welcome back to Brandon. He's trying to jump right in the driver's seat. So I'm going to talk to
It's
you
been a
guys
minute.
about the week's previous. We've been working on some world building. I know that we were working on that sort of like ice Goliath town that we were working on. And I was talking to Brandon about his coming back and how we were still doing world building today. And I thought it would be really interesting if we did a little bit of world building, together on the new map. And I think Brandon has been gracious enough to allow us some spot because
Yes,
this is going to be the canonical map that we're going to be playing off of. And normally Brandon wouldn't let anybody touch it, but for his coming back and for us, wanting to let people or bring awareness, to the new campaign coming. We wanted to do this for you guys and do it together. So that being said, Brandon, now you can go ahead and introduce stuff.
Yeah. God, it's been like a month. Holy shit, this is weird. Hey everybody. So below you might see two people that are familiar to you. One more recently. One has been a while. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick before we get into everything? Just don't get into your characters or anything yet. Not we'll get into the campaign here in a minute, but just say who you are.
Hi, I'm Sky. You've seen me on Runtuki Island. I played Tiffany, who dated Chad, who fucked Susan, and had made a rock that won the game. Yeah. Hi.
John.
Hi, everybody. I'm John. You may know my face from previous campaign called Dungeons and Dander for the OGs of the TCC community.
Dude, it has been so fucking long. Oh my god. John, tell us about your characters in Dungeons and Dander real quick for people that might not know who you are. Why I
Okay,
pulled some
so
background music.
I had Kavaki Huba, who was a Turtle Air Lacer, a homebrew class that I had found and Brandon approved. He was basically Michelangelo meets Aang, and he was kind of the heart and soul of the whole group. He kind of kept everybody in their broody edgeness together as a cohesive unit because they all just looked at him and like, we need to help this child throughout the world.
Yeah.
And then he died very dramatic, dramatic episode, and
it was the worst.
It was very dramatic.
It was the worst.
It was.
We had people DMing us about crying afterwards.
Oh yeah.
For days.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Psycho Nico, who's part of our community, she still brings up, like, she still puts up crying emojis every time I bring up Kavaki. But then I went and played Garrosh Boldheart for Brandon as a Minotaur Shaman for one of his homebrew classes that was coming out with the Codex of Quests.
Yes.
And that was a lot of fun too. That Garrosh was pretty fun.
All right.
And that's what we got. So
without further ado, do you have the ability to bring the map up so that everybody can see the
I'm gonna
map?
do that right now. I'm just going also to fix Nightbot real quick because I know it's being a pain. But here's the map.
Yeah. So he's going to bring up the map right here, and we're going to see where we can start doing some world building. We're going to find a spot on it that we're interested in, and we're going to do it like we've been doing these past previous weeks. Or is that a double? Is that too many pasts? In a past, oh, I can do both. In a past previous week.
In a past previous week.
That's 2 weeks ago. We're going to go back to how we were doing it in the chat, where we take ideas from everybody and we sort of like come up with a consensus and we do some good world building.
Cool. Real quick, I'm going to disable this timer. All right, y'all should not be seeing that timer in chat anymore for the Red Nose Day stream.
Woo!
So I think we're good.
Thank you for the donation, Mr. Nightmares.
Oh, thank you.
Love to see it, baby.
Hell yeah. James, thanks for becoming a member for 6 months. Holy crap. Where does Vegeta get the energy to fly? Red Bulma gives you wings. God damn it. And PA Nightmare, yes, thank you for the $10. So this is Melrias. This is the new realm that our players below and one above me will be playing in the new campaign. I'm still workshopping the name. I was really set on Titan's Reign, but I'm thinking Colossal Rain or Colossi Rain. I don't know. If you have ideas for the chat or for the title of this campaign, let me
The
know.
one guy that kept singing Chocolate Rain in
Colossi
response.
Rain.
Anyways, I'm gonna show you fuckers where you're allowed to build tonight here on the map. These little set of islands right here, you guys will see them on stream here soon, are called the Fangsail Isles. They have not been, labeled yet on the map. That's because, for all I know, you guys might be, chaotic, idiots and change the name to not Fangsail Isles. But these, like, 3 or 4 little islands right here in this little peninsula area are the places where I'm going to allow you guys to build. However, the reason I'm letting you is because I figured these, like, little islands right here in this peninsula would be probably the most, chaotic part of the realm in a just ridiculous sort of way. So I figured, you know what? This is probably a good section to let the community take a hold of. And the reason that there's these 4 islands right here, called the Fangsail Isles, or whatever you choose to change the name as to, is because let's drop a little bit of lore about the world real quick. Essentially, there are 4 magical monsters known as Colossi. They are basically big, like, kaiju-like creatures that the world was trying to fight over for many, many years. However, it ended in war, essentially, destroying this village called Eldfall. They got nuked, it was bad, and that's when everybody kind of had a ceasefire and decided, let's not fight anymore. However, during the war, a bunch of people didn't want anything to do with it. They didn't want to be here, they didn't want any part of it, they didn't want to do anything, so they actually left their home continents and went to the Fangsail Isles, which was like an area where nobody was fighting over. There was no magic here, there was no items, there was no gold, there was like nothing. Fresh islands people just went to so they could just like get away from everything. So I'm gonna allow, I guess, the chat to be the refugees or the people that left their homes through the realm to come here to the Fangsail Isles to make their own like little area. So that's what we got. I'm gonna allow y'all to go buck wild. However, I will say the tone of this campaign a little more serious. It's not going to be, like, super goofy. I mean, there's going to be fun, goofy stuff that happens, but it's not going to be, like, off-the-wall flying ice cream trucks, etc., etc. Like, this is very much going to be a high fantasy game that is going to be in a high fantasy world. It's going to have the Cantrip Cast flair and humor to it, but no, we're not going to have Wendy Waffle Cone and Caramel Cultist on Ice Cream Mountain trying to throw ice cream trucks at people, So, that's that. Yeah. You guys got anything to add? I know I've revealed the lore to you guys real quick. Go ahead.
Do you want to share the book?
Yeah, we can do that real quick. I guess because a lot of people have been asking, what system are we playing? We're playing Quest. We are not playing D&D. I said that a while ago. Quest is a system I've wanted to play for a while. Everybody's got the book now here. That's part of the crew. And it is a really fun system that's a very basic kind of like D20 system. And the reason I kind of wanted to break this down to you guys is so that way when you're watching, when we start this campaign here soon, is that way you know what's going on. You know how the game is run. It's not D&D. It's strictly just a D20, and there's like a pass-fail chart based on what you roll on the D20, and that determines whether you pass or fail the thing you're trying to do. There are no levels of the characters. Instead, they have skill trees they level up with their various classes. It's very much a role-play, story-heavy system versus like a heavy combat, mechanical, spell-slinging, multi-action, action economy game. Yes, Steak.
And no, Fluff, this is not going to be pre-recorded. We are going to be rolling these out live.
Yes.
No more pre-recording. Ain't nobody got time for that. We like the fan interaction of being live. We like the excitement of the unpredictability of being live. It keeps the game for real and it keeps it alive. So we're going live all the way. Yeah.
So this is what I want to do. That's the book. That's the system we're playing. It's very simple. I can't break it down any more simple than that. It's a D20 system, just a straight D20. Everything's based off that roll. It's meant for storytelling, RP. There is combat, but the combat is actually like kind of high stakes. Like 2-3 damage is a lot. It could really do a lot to you. High stake.
Boom.
Yeah, but
I'm here for another couple minutes.
So this is what I want to do. We have 4, as you can tell, there are 4 islands right here, everybody. I am going to let you guys sit here in the chat for a second to think of 4 different names for each of these isles. They're called the Fangsail Isles. However, I feel like each one should have like some sort of like township or like little village in. I want everybody to just brainstorm and think of names for each of the villages that should be on each of these islands in the chat. So go ahead and think about that for a second. In the meantime, while you guys are thinking about that and giving us names and ideas, what would you guys, Steak, Sky, and John, think about telling everybody about your characters you're playing for the upcoming campaign?
Yeah, that sounds dope. Who wants to go first?
Age
Nose
before
goes.
beauty. So steak.
Am I the oldest and ugliest?
John's older than us. Wait a minute.
I was like, damn,
Yes,
that
I
hit
am
hard,
38,
bro.
so yeah, I'm old as hell.
Yeah, you are beautiful though, so I think you should go first.
I mean, have you seen all this gray I've gotten now?
Hey, you're a distinguished gentleman.
That's right. Distinguished.
While
is
you
what we'll
guys
call it.
are
You're distinguished as old from
real
the young
quick,
people by
while you
those
guys
gray hairs.
are discussing your characters, I'm going to just write down some random names here on the document for the
Alright.
islands. So go ahead.
Okay, John, go ahead, man. Give us your character introduction, buddy.
So I'll be playing Gardane Barrelheart, a dwarf of the summit, invoker of Chrysel, the goddess of fertility and of the protection of children. He walks around in plate, and he wields a rather unique weapon, the bill hook, and it's a pole arm designed specifically for pulling people down to his level. And he is very devout in his protection of not only members of the Chrysel faith, but also of children. And also he provides training services to those who can afford room and board for him, which can be commoners or nobles. And he trains them in the arts of war.
That is a very good character introduction. I like that a lot. Awesome. Sky, you want to go ahead and give us the rundown?
Sure. I'll be playing Harlow. More to come when the time is here. We were fucking with Brandon over here a bit because he saw my character model. He's like, tell me you're not playing Dr. Quinn. And I was thinking about this in two different point of views. I could be like a Dr. Quinn medicine woman or a Harley Quinn and mix them together. So to answer that one question from Once Upon a Time, last name still undetermined. But she'll very much have a customer service voice and then a normal voice, if you will. I'll be playing the doctor, and my doctor is going to have many twists and turns. She's very much a believer of, I'm gonna get shit done. As bloody as it is, I really don't care. They won't find the bodies. And that's my approach.
Yeah, your character is dope and has me terrified. And like you said, the doctor is what you're playing, and the doctor is actually a class that's in quests. So it's going to be a different dynamic for everybody to kind of see play out in a fantasy role-playing game. So,
and which is what I thought was really cool as we were going through the system. Oh, I opened up right to it. So I opened up to the doctor, right? So basically how this world works is you have your class, but then you choose your skill trees. And you have to follow the skill tree based on the points. So you can't like pick and choose from different items. And there was just one that really sang to me. So we'll have some fun.
I can dig it. And I guess I'll go last. So I will be playing Jackie Heartstrong. I'm thinking about changing his last name because John's made his too close to mine, and I haven't decided how I feel about it yet.
Come on.
But he's going to be a leadership-based fighter. So he's going to use a lot of tactics. He's going to use a lot of working as a good team member to try to break things down. Basically, he's a patriotic member of the city Isomar. That's where he's from. That's where his family's from, where they run a like pizzeria / bar. He was a local leader, in the local guard for pretty much his entire adult life. Eventually, he was sensing, and he uncovered corruption in the city guard, where Jackie was let go from service. As soon as he started asking questions, they sort of kicked him out of the guard, hush hush. And now he's working as a bartender back at Mom and Pop's restaurant, and he's just waiting for something bigger to come along to take him to a bigger purpose. Yep. His parents are alive, well, and supportive. He believes women are distractions, money is pointless, power corrupts, and that no one is above the fucking law.
So are you saying that your character will not fuck?
No, I don't have time for these bitches. I've got money. There's not even money on my mind. I gotta fucking stop these lawbreakers. Every time I try to talk to some beautiful Susan, I see somebody over there loitering, and if I am gonna sit idly by and just let criminals rampantly do as they do throughout the town square, I absolutely will not put up with it.
Mhm.
So I can't have distractions like that in my life,
All right.
let alone children.
Let alone children.
So celibate Batman.
Celibate Batman that doesn't adopt kids to fight with him for now. All right. So here are those are the characters. That's what we got. In Newsflash, this is an announcement for everybody, including you three. Just message Ian. He's gonna have the art done by tomorrow for everybody. So he's gonna send me the outlines and the sketches. Well, not the sketches, like the line work and stuff tonight. And I'll send that to you guys for you to see, and we should have some character art, like official artwork for your guys' characters tomorrow. So
Ooh.
I think you've wrote down enough names.
yes, I stopped writing down names. We got a bunch
Ooh.
here. 4 islands. So instead of doing a poll for a bunch of these,
It's
I'm gonna
too many.
Yeah, there's too many. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm sorry, the last 2 are gone. We're gonna roll just these 4 d20s.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
Let's keep it random.
Just-
Each of us get to roll one.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Oh,
Everybody grab a
shit,
D20.
Debbie, can you hand me
Okay.
a D20?
Hold on.
Debbie!
I need a D20.
Debbie, for the love of God!
Don't put me off. Please get me a
I'll
D20.
do a big one.
Debbie!
Debbie.
So one of
I
these
got one.
names I like. So if it doesn't get chosen in the
Thank you.
D20s, I'll just make that Harlow's last name.
Good job.
Oh, which one is it?
I like Hollow. I think Dr. Hollow has a fun.
Harlow Hollow?
Hollow,
factor.
hollow.
Yeah.
It sounds like a
H&H
drink you get
medicine.
at a Hawaiian airport.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna roll my d20. You guys roll yet?
No?
All right,
Oh,
I'm gonna roll mine. I got this big one here. Just kidding.
yeah,
I'm an entertainer. I'm here for the dramatic effect. See, look, Sky knows what the fuck I'm talking about. You
Yeah.
see this?
I'm here.
That
I'm
is
here.
fucking show
I'm here.
business. I want Sky to roll for
16.
me.
I got a 17.
Oh shit! All right.
Okay.
Are
I
you
want
sure?
Sky to roll for me. Yeah, because
right,
you've
here we
got
go.
the big dice
We're-
in the book.
We're gonna really jiggle this ball.
I'm gonna blow on it.
Perfect. A
Put some heat on
one.
that.
A
Yeah,
one.
baby,
Nice.
that's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
fucking talking about.
Oh, we
My
got a
homies all know
1,
about
20, 19,
Gallifrey.
18, 17.
All my homies go to
16.
fucking Gallifrey. That's like the Cancun next to Eldenfall.
I literally rolled a 1 as well.
Oh shit!
Reroll it.
Yeah, we got Gallifrey and we got New Gallifrey across the way, dog.
7.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fogfell. All right, cool. All right.
Fogfell sounds like a dump.
Like a dump.
Gallifrey sounds like where fancy people go. Fogfell is like where Walmart people go for vacation.
All right.
Fogfell is like Dollar Tree.
So before we have
That's what
our,
I'm saying. That's what it sounds like.
before we got, well, I mean, you got to think these are refugee islands of people just like leaving their fucking nation and be like, nope, don't want part of this war.
Yeah, imagine
Nobody's
leaving
fighting
your
everything
nation
here.
and you have to live at fucking Fogfell.
All right, so the 4 we got are Gallifrey, Fogfell, Pentrin, and Listre are the name of the 4 islands.
Listerine.
Pentrin and Listre
Listerine.
both sound like dental
Listerine.
products.
I
Yep.
know, right?
Dental products.
At least those places, that's penicillin, Listerine, dumping
Yeah.
ground, and Steak's fancy vacation place.
So, all right. Well, I guess the next thing we need to decide is like, what are each of the 4 islands? Like I said, they're like refugee islands. So let me break down on a little bit more of the lore just for the chat, so you can get an idea of like what kind of people would be escaping to come here. So you can get some brainstorming ideas. Let's just break it down. Isotomar. This is where Jackie is from. It's basically like our version of Icewind Dale. It's very much a city that likes war machines and building really cool big mechanical things in the frozen mountains and tundras. Dwarves, you know, humans, gnomes,
I didn't really see
etc.
it like Icewind Dale. I saw it more like that place from Nadpod.
Yeah.
What?
With the giant like ice towers they had with
Yeah,
the dwarves.
it's kind of like, yeah, I guess it'd be more like that.
the
versus
eat a
Icewind
rat
Dale.
guys.
Yeah, I forget what they called
Yeah.
that place. With the
I
frost
don't-
dwarves. Yeah,
Yeah, the frost dwarves.
Frostwind.
Frostwind.
Yeah, it's like our version of
Yeah,
Frostwind.
it reminds me more of Frostwind for any real nerds
So then we
in the
have
chat.
Cavernox. This is what used to be a mountain that got flipped upside down, is now floating in the sky. The reason that they're floating in the sky now is because they were very magical. They were very powerful, and they used their magic in the Great War called the Colossi War. However, their magic was killing too many people, so they chose to exile themselves in the middle of the sky, so that way their magic could not be used once more. They do have ability to travel back down and up if need be. However, they don't want their magic secrets getting out, so that way nobody can use them anymore. That is where Harlow is from my understanding. Correct? Yes.
So the Netherese from Forgotten Realms.
New Lefana. This is this is like your very typical high fantasy city. It's like probably like the wealthiest nation in the world that we know of. You know, a lot of humans, a lot of like military standards, that kind of stuff. A lot of people serve this nation because of their amount of wealth and the amount of jobs that are here. However, the one thing about them is a lot of people throughout the realm think they are pretentious pricks because they have a lot of money and they're more high class and noble.
And because they are.
Yes. This is the Alpha Tree Forest. There was once a civilization here in the forest, however, now further destroyed because of the war. However, the ruins of the civilization of Alpha Tree still remain here. However, due to the war, the magic, the ruptures, and everything else that happened, there are creatures that dwell amongst the forest known as... Fuck, what do I call them? Dwellers? No, I think it was dwellers. I think I call them dwellers. Essentially, like humanoids that have like merged with nature themselves, kind of like tree ants. So they have like trees and like bark and grass and stuff growing from them because of the magic and the stuff that happened here in the middle of the war. There is Ormur. Imagine the sand village from Naruto. That's essentially Ormur. That's pretty much what it is. The village hidden in the sand from Naruto. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah, like anybody's gonna get that reference.
A lot of people probably get that reference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah, well, you're a loser. Eldfall.
Oh,
Eldfall is a place that got essentially destroyed in the war. What happened was the entire nation, the entire world was fighting over the 4 colossi creatures to gain control of them. Eldfall happened to be in the middle. They didn't really want any part of the war, but they were defending themselves when needed. However, they got caught in the middle of essentially like what was like a magical explosion and battle that happened, further destroying their entire city, causing a volcano that was under the ground to erupt and kill everybody, and cause radiation to fall throughout the lands, kind of like ghouls from Fallout.
I feel like that was a little ridiculous to go through all that.
So Hiroshima meets Pompeii. Okay.
Right. Like geographically, it looks like whatever the fuck used to live in the Eldfall would be run into these islands.
I mean, partially, yes.
What, are there people? Is there like bad things in Ormur?
I wouldn't say there's bad things. The islands, these islands
That
over here.
Eldfall looks like shit. So that's what I'm saying.
Eldfall
Nobody else
does
has a
look
reason
like
to
shit.
move.
Yes.
Do the goth mommies live in Eldfall? Because I'm
Eldfall
looking for
is
those
home.
jiggly thighs.
Eldfall is home of the bone kind, which are basically skeletal
Giggity.
races that were mutations from like the radiation and all the stuff that happened. So you could easily say that a lot of people from Eldfall did probably travel here for the most part. However, these islands during the war were known as like a sanctuary or safe place, safe haven.
We
for
have
people
to
that did
change
not wanna fight.
Gallifrey.
Yeah, we do.
Do
Some
we?
nerd in the chat, when they suggested Gallifrey, they were Doctor Who fans. Apparently.
Probably a copyright thing.
Yeah, so we have to change it off.
I don't
of
even know
that.
what Gallifrey is. I don't watch Doctor Who.
I just said it's a Doctor Who thing.
Oh, okay. What should we change it to?
Hokage.
Gallifries.
Fries.
Just change that EY to an IES. Gallifries, the
Gallifries.
fast food island.
There we
It's
go.
where you go to get
Oh.
fast food.
Or we can name it Weeb. So it would be the Isle of Weeb.
Oh, God.
The Uwu Island.
There.
Yeah, you should have
WEIB.
done at least one country called Waboo.
Waboo. Here's me, try to run a somewhat serious campaign. Here's you guys.
It's
last-
not our
That
it's
was
not our
fast.
job to make the world.
The last place that we have are the Rustire Plains. These are essentially like where like the monks of the world live. They worship the 4 beasts. They try to, remain peaceful through the land. And ever since the war happened, they come here to worship them and like pay homage to their statues and stones there, praying for their forgiveness pretty much until the end of time. So a lot of plains, a lot of monks, that kind of stuff. And that's essentially very, 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 very Cliff Note-y the world. These are the 4 islands. People from all across the world came to these 4 islands because they wanted no part of this. Probably a lot of people from Eldfall, particularly. But yeah, so that's what we got.
All right, zoom in on our islands.
They're right here. I just did. It's gonna take a second to catch up.
Wow. Give me a second for it to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say we make that the bottom right one Weeb and I think that the ground should be made out of like sand. But since it's so close to the desert area, the sun's really hot, and you can't walk on it in your bare feet, or they'll burn off.
So it's
And
really
because
sand.
it's
So
because
really
it's
sandy.
weeb, it should be sand, but they should be nice mounds of sand.
Dunes.
Yeah, like fucking dunes,
Like-
sky.
Oh, I was
Yes.
thinking boobs, but yeah, we'll call
Yeah,
it.
we know.
And there's a sacred oasis valley.
We're tracking.
It's real wet there.
You're fine, family IT, dude. I'm
fuck's
just giving
sake.
the chat a hard time. You're
Oh
fine.
my god. Okay. Yeah. So we got.
I'm just saying, it's just stop zooming out. Let's name these fucking islands. Start
When
dragging
when
names
we're
on there.
I can't. This is just an
not in
image.
the campaign, we can be silly, right?
These might be in the campaign. You guys will probably go here at some point.
All right, let's
Hey,
put a
I'll roll
let's put a brief description
Yeah,
underneath
that's
each
what
one
I
of
want to do
these.
for each one of these. Because Sky's friend Bree the Tired actually made this map for us, so I will send this information off to her when we're done with this and to label these. for
She
me real
will
quick.
give you a titty island if you ask.
Yeah,
We don't need a titty island. All right,
I
small
will message
description.
Bree right now.
Let's do a
I
small
think for
description.
Weeb, we should be this island has rolling sands and ever shifting dunes. Strangers often get lost in the labyrinth of shifting sands. That sounds dope, right?
Yeah, it does.
Like I'm a real fucking writer. Looking at you guys in the chat.
But okay, so here's the question though: like, if people get lost here, why would they come here for refuge?
Because you
Right.
know what weebs go in searching for. There is a pleasure
Ooh.
house at the center of the fucking island, and that's the only reason people go there is to gamble and to meet
There is
exotic
a fun
That
bad
house
bitches.
harem we were
hidden
talking
in the
about.
desert.
I'm
with,
just
like,
there's got to be an island where people
sexy
can go have fun.
veil,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
this is
belly
like
dancing, fire, like
This is like
oh
Burning
my
Man
God.
I
year
just put
round.
I put party out. Oh no, this is where okay, no. This is
Belly
where
dancing.
Firefest takes place.
Burning Man's actually cool though, man. Why are you gonna do this?
Yo, I'm gonna retire to this island.
Yeah. All right. Chat, give us some
Me
ideas.
too.
I'm gonna give chat like I don't know, it's all a couple minutes to think of some ideas for Fogfell. I do like the weeb one. It's so stupid.
Oh, Fogfell
yeah, what
filled
Fogfell
with like insurance collectors, you know?
be? Insurance collectors at a
Oh,
It
no,
should
no,
be
no.
home of
Requisition.
like the IRS.
Yeah. Oh no, Fogfell. We should think like more like hotboxing.
When I was thinking Fogfell, I was thinking like, you know that was it Thomas the Train where they got the trains with the faces on it. I was thinking it'd be a place like that where all the inhabitants are sentient trains with faces on it. What do you think about that, Brandon?
No.
Do you think the radiation from the Eldfall would corrupt the
See,
controller?
There's no
Oh.
radiation trains.
Would Fogfell have like blood mist or like
You
So
are
I was
making
thinking-
these. You are making these islands that are meant for refuge horrifying places to go to.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah,
Oh,
people don't
right.
run away to just fantastic places.
They
all the
don't. But this
time.
is like
Yeah, but they run
couple-
to safer places.
they're in the safer
Yeah,
places.
well, anywhere safer than the Eldfall apparently, and beggars can't be choosers. You want to go to the Pleasure Island, or do you want to go to fucking Fogfell?
You know what?
and join the
Fogfell.
IRS?
Jimmy Banthrow says Fogfell is a fishing island. There.
See that?
Can
that's
they?
what I was
I
saying
want
earlier in
them
the
to
chat,
only fish for
like-
sludge monsters.
yeah.
That would make sense.
Just three-eyed
Fogfell,
fish.
sludge monsters. I'm thinking a lot of ink. Maybe they milk the sludge monsters to make a rare magical component.
You're gonna
Okay.
drink it. Jackie's gonna drink
Melting,
it.
sludge,
Luke Skywalker.
sludge monsters. I'll put that somewhere in the fucking game.
James Wilson says it's just raining 24/7 and super depressing, and I think you should actually add that 'cause
So
that's
Brett-
fantastic. That's actually
So-
really good. for an
Always
island.
So it's
raining.
Washington.
Super depressing. But hey, it wasn't
Smoking
nuked.
Auditor paid $2 to say all flies are mini dragons, so they're all dragonflies. And I'd like to say,
Aw.
are you friends with Confucius, Auditor? Because that is some fucking brilliant wisdom. I think that's how dragonflies got their names in real life.
All right, Fogfell is a fishing island. It's always raining. Super
Fantastic.
depressing. But hey, it wasn't nuked.
Did you say anything about the sludge monsters and the
I
milk?
put down a note down here: milking sludge monsters. That way, I don't forget about it.
I think it's important.
Let me underline it.
Ooh,
and italicize it.
bioluminescent fish. That would be cool.
Bioluminescent fish.
Oh,
Well,
from the
sweet.
radiation.
Yeah. That fit.
Bioluminescent? I think that's about the right
Heh,
fish.
autocorrect.
Just put biolume. That's how I always shorthand.
I think I spelled it right because it
bioluminescent.
didn't give me the little red line that said I spelled it wrong like an idiot. So, all right, what is Pentrin? What would be in Pentrin? Chat. What's
Hey,
next?
Kuro
Vacation.
Nico, just a little shout out. That is an awesome, cool idea for some other time.
Kuro Nico said what?
Has lots of
Phobos.
feline predators that have learned to coat themselves in a thicker fog, and when hunting, they spread the fog around the area to make it thicker to hunt their prey. That is a fantastic creature idea, but not for what we're doing today.
Creatures that use fog
Yeah, but you should definitely add it because
Masks
that is
themselves.
really cool.
and make
It gives me like
thicker.
Borderlands vibes
It
a
does.
little
If
bit.
you guys have any other suggestions like that, I know we're doing the islands kind of right now, but if
Yeah,
you
just throw them at the
have,
board.
if you have a
We're
random
having fun.
suggestion that's like, I might not use it for the island, but fuck, you give me something good, I might use it in this game. Like, so you might see
Yeah.
it.
We're taking notes.
It has an intermittent Stephen King
Pentrin.
like fog that came in through certain time intervals. Yeah, like the
Mhm.
mist. Yeah,
I just want it to be foggy all the time.
Pentrin.
all the time can get you off my. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what? All right,
Pentrin.
chat. Let's look at Pentrin.
I like
Give us
it.
some ideas for Pentrin. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut this time and just listen.
I'm gonna turn my camera off for a second, dude.
I like Darth Bubbles' idea.
Pentrin could be the major hunting island. That's not a bad idea.
Make it the biggest of the
Prison
of the-
island
Oh god.
is another fun idea.
Prison Island's not a
These
bad
are for
idea, actually.
refugees, though.
Yeah, but
Close
some
there.
refugees are bad, John. Some refugees.
Okay, so here,
don't
okay,
need to
so we
get
got to
in.
think about it this way too. The refugees, the war happened a couple hundred years ago. You guys know that. So this big
That's
colossal.
Why are
Oh,
there
right.
still refugees? if
That's
it's
what
been
I'm saying.
hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
now, what have
So
they
yeah.
evolved to over the past couple years?
We put them in
Pentrin-
prison.
I think
Yeah.
Pentrin should be. I think Pentrin as a prison island is actually a good idea. Like,
And
Yeah.
it even fits the name. It
Yeah.
sounds like a prison island.
Penitentiary.
Pentrin Penitentiary, or Penitentiary.
the Penitentiary.
I'm doing Tenant Pen. Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
gangster,
Oh.
dude. I'm doing Tenant Pen, baby. They
Yeah.
caught me
That
stealing
literally-
gold
yeah.
pieces off
What
some
was that
hag in the
movie?
woods. She was an
No Escape?
undercover. You said what?
The movie No Escape, where they put criminals on an island.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I do like that. So yeah, the refugees
Hell
came
yeah.
here during the war, but like this is essentially like this is a couple hundred years later. What have they evolved to? So they were probably like islands of like refuge, but now we
Whoa, whoa,
is
whoa,
now a
whoa,
party
whoa.
island. Fogfells.
Hey,
Fuck.
wait, hold up. James Wilson just figured out who the guards are. He says it's also the land of the all-knowing smartass frogs. I think they could run a very good prison, right?
Bunch of bullywugs. and
Bullywog
grungs.
fucking island, where they're just like.
Blah, 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 blah.
The
Please be
all-knowing,
processed
smart-ass
for
frogs.
integrity.
Hell yeah. Okay.
But not bullywogs. We're gonna make our own frog race.
Yeah,
we're
so
not doing. We're not borrowing shit from D&D anymore.
yeah, and that's the thing too with this world is we're gonna have our typical fantasy tropes. We're going to like there's gonna be elves and humans and blah blah blah, the gnomes and dwarves and stuff. However, the creatures, the monsters, some of the races, some of the stuff you're seeing, like this is gonna be like all different shit. This isn't gonna be like, are these astral elves or are these tiefling? No, like
This is our shit.
this is gonna be our shit.
Help us name the smartass frogs in the chat. Go.
Help us name the smart ass frogs. Oh,
Message retracted. That's a great fucking word.
Message
Called
Yeah.
hoppers to the general populace, but they call themselves something else. You know what I mean?
Hopper's just a good working title. Hoppers
Okay.
question mark. I like that.
I'm not co-signing that joke.
What?
I have mines on the prison island that are worked by the prisoners. I like that from Kunteki. So like that would have like a reason for the
Yeah.
prison being on that island.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it'd be
salt
like
mines
the
of
island-
gives
Kessel.
gives him busy work. Yeah. Cool. I like that. I like that. I just want to say thanks everybody. We got like 50 people in the chat right now. It's really cool. I want to say thanks for coming, hanging out. This is
Damar
nice-
said
nice
our
little
world
return.
map looks like a giant fish. Damar's, you look like a giant fish.
Like this world map looks like a giant fish.
And our world map looks like a giant turtle, dog.
I
Not
thought
like a
I thought
giant
this
fish.
giant. I thought this looked like evil Yoshi.
Yeah.
Evil Yoshi.
Hey, stop spoiling shit. That was for castmates only. That's my joke. And you're just gonna throw it out there? I'm sick of this
Gulps.
bullshit.
I'm sick of this
Chad,
shit.
pretend you didn't hear that.
Gulps
I like
for
the
the
name-
frogs.
I like Gulks and Yippums.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Gold sand yippums?
No.
For our smart ass frog guys.
Yeah, the gulps.
Gulks is Gulks, which sounds very.
CKS.
That sounds very frog.
Mm-hmm.
A Gulk. And that's a really good name for Sasha Grey or a frog race. I like that option a lot. I think that's a really good one. The smart ass frog should live on a diet of dragonflies. The auditor's really feeling the dragonflies this
Yeah, the
day.
dragonfly. I'm just gonna put down dragonflies on here.
Just give it to him.
There.
Just fucking give it
Dragonflies
to
is down there somewhere. Scorp flies. We have scorp flies on Rentucky Island. I imagine they'll be in here. So.
him. Nothing to Mars. I love you, dude.
Okay. All right. Listray.
Yeah, put an accent mark over that E. Let's make it Elvish.
How do I do that?
It's an alt code.
I was just gonna like explain it to you, like how to do it on a phone, like hold the number down. But I'm not the tech guy.
Equivalent for that? Can I just?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like alt numbers. I can't remember what it is.
I don't know. You fucking
Hold F, hold Control Alt like F10 or something.
I don't trust you. All right, what would Listray be? So we have wait. So we have the party island. We have the fishing island that's just always depressing and raining.
Nert said farming island so far. That's the first idea. Let's see. Listray has been affected by nuclear fallout and is always dark, so all the plants have mutated to glow in the dark. The animals and inhabitants have gained dark sight. That's an idea.
It could be like, so that's kind of what Eldfall is right now. Like Eldfall,
Yeah, so
that's essentially what it is. I imagine one of these islands probably got like a little bit of it too, because it's like buy it.
I do like goals.
What's that?
I do like goals.
Goals are really
you know
fucking
what?
cool.
How
I
about
like the Fallout goals? Can we put your Fallout things here?
yeah? So no, this is what I was thinking, because Eldfall is the home of the bone kind, which are just the skeletons that are living. They have like this weird green hue to them because from radiation, and that's because of like the shit that happened like with the explosion. What if the radiation continued outwards and hit one of these islands? However, it didn't affect them as much as the other citizens, and instead of turning into just skeletal, they also have like flesh and bones like ghouls. So they're close to the bone kind, but not quite. They're more.
But they're
ghoul-like.
nice.
Yeah, the bone kind aren't evil.
I'm gonna treat them as evil.
But yeah, I found that.
Not supposed to be made out of bones.
I thought Jackie was denying the war ever happened.
Yeah, what are these skeletons that are walking? You kill skeletons when you see them. That's just fucking everybody. The level 1, you learn fucking walking skeleton,
Some
kill it.
radiation hit this island to mutate some of the civilians during.
Poor Nico said,
I feel like this one should be ghouls, right? But it should be like probably the most pastoral. Like the radiation hit the island. I do like some of the plants being radiated, but like it should also be like pumpkins the size of a Volkswagen, or not just all bad radiation.
Pumpkins the size of your mom.
Accurate.
Demars, thank you for gifting a membership to Nerd. Actually, thank you.
There should also be like a lot of really thick milfs and like a hotel.
That's weeb.
Goblin milfs.
Goblin milfs.
Goblin milfs.
Gilfs. Oh wait, that doesn't work. Don't Google that. Don't
Gilfs?
Google it. Don't Google it. Never mind. I fucked up.
Yep, you did.
I fucked that one up.
We establish a rating to this game.
This is very much going to be a
It's
TCC
R.
stream. PG 13.
Rated C for Cantrip Cast.
PG 13 to PG 17, probably closer to PG 17.
So how many times? So when it's rated like that, how often can we say fuck? And
Well, we're not regulated by the TV films of America, so I mean,
We
say
can't say it within the first 15 seconds.
Yeah,
of
that's
the video,
literally
is
we
what I've
can't
been
say it within
told.
the first 15 seconds of the stream. That's
Well,
This is
if
why
it's
we have
PG,
intros.
we can say it once in the entirety.
well, but for YouTube, there's no cursing at all within the first 15 seconds, which is really great. I remember once upon a time where YouTube's like, first 3 minutes, no cursing.
it used to be first 3 minutes, yeah, which is crazy.
I remember when I was a young guy watching YouTube, and I'd watch the most cursed videos known to man, and I think that they changed on a hormonal basis, sort of the way my brain works. So it's interesting to see that now they don't like cussing.
Yeah, it's
That's just my big opinion on it, real quick.
yeah. Well, actually, I think they changed it to 8 seconds recently. It's like 8:15. I don't know. They keep changing it all the time. It's weird. It's like
Hey,
yeah.
thanks
I
for
have
handing
a
out gifts.
question. What sounds cooler? Dr. Harlow Hollow or Dr. Hallow?
Here's my issue with this.
Ooh.
My wife's Filipino. We've been married for 12 years. The biggest Filipino dessert that exists is called Halo Halo.
Okay.
So every time you say your name, I'm just gonna be like, oh, that's that
Oh,
delicious
snacks.
dessert that I actually don't like.
Harlow's
I'll
a
say
snack.
Harlow.
Harlow Hollow is a snack.
It's a snack that you only like if you're from there.
Then I will say Hallow.
Family IT
Hello.
dude, don't live streams have some sort of 2-hour rule? I don't know. It's not like a 2-hour like rule. I forget what it is. It's like something that's like
After 2 hours, we're allowed to do whatever we want.
no, it's like whenever your video gets like reviewed, if it gets pulled for like review, they check to see there's like excessive swearing throughout the entirety of the video. And we've rarely had any of them flagged, like maybe like 1 or 2 for like excessive swearing, but it's kind of rare. You have to like
Our biggest swearers aren't going to be in this. This is the cast.
yeah,
Who's going to be the biggest problem here?
Me?
probably Sky.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what
I'm a
There we
big
go.
fucking problem.
that's what I was thinking. Is like probably Sky, which is gonna be interesting.
We've got
Well-
a mute button for her mic, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
All I do for a living is review Dungeons and Dragons content. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be a problem. I have no
Yeah.
filter.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh, see, somebody in the chat knows what I'm talking about. Hollow, hollow.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
All right, what we got? We got Weeb, Fogfell, Pentrin, Listry. Cool.
I'd like to add something to Lee Stray.
Yeah, which is what?
A minty flavor.
I don't know. I just feel like that they should have some like yearly event that the ghouls put on and people like come in for tourism.
Like a remembrance, like ceremony or like some sort of like remembrance.
I think
So,
once a
like-
year
festival?
they have a battle of the
Halloween?
narwhals where people in the area have raised their best narwhals and they do a fight once a year and bring people in. I think that would be a cool
This
character
is a
arc.
serious campaign.
Narwhal fight. Y'all are
A,
gonna
a
go.
man can't have a narwhal.
Listen, the Fang Sale
I own
Isle.
a dog in real life. Is
The
it so hard I
Fang
can't
Sale
have a
Isles
narwhal?
episode is gonna be like the one-shot beach episode.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like a one-off.
yeah. God.
But
It's basically Halloween Island.
oh, John, you're telling me you don't want to go to Weeb and then fucking after that, like, go to the narwhal fights?
go party, go watch narwhals.
You're shaking your head no, but your
Jealous?
John
your Netflix
would-
history tells me something different.
Dardane.
We'll joust the
Gargane.
narwhals.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, the Fang Sale Isles would be the Rentucky Island of this campaign. Yeah, pretty much actually. That's pretty much what this is for the most part.
Will
Day of
there
the
be
Dead
Easter
style
eggs?
Remembrance Festival Week. I do like that actually.
Ooh.
I do like that
Yeah.
a lot. I've been watching a lot of Disney because my son, and there's a movie called Coco, I think, and
Yeah.
they go into the land of the dead or whatever, and it
That's
is
such a good movie.
amazing. Yeah,
Haven't
really
seen it in
good
a while, but
story,
yeah.
really good everything. Yeah,
I
fantastic.
do like that. Narwhal fights
For a
or Day of the
Disney
Dead,
flick,
like
I was
Remembrance.
impressed.
Okay, cool. So we've got these 4 little islands here. That's something I can definitely work with. But I kind of like what people were doing, like with these things I have underlined, which was just like naming random shit. Now, there's no promises that I will use said random shit, like milking sludge monsters. I don't know. However,
Dude, there's a bustling economy, and the sacks underneath the sludge monsters they hold a precious ink that you can only get from sludge monsters in this region, and only in that color because of the radiation. It's very profitable.
I'm gonna say this. This is chat's opportunity, and you guys, I guess, to give me some stupid ideas for me to kind of piggyback off of.
Or great ideas.
Or some stupid great ideas to piggyback
Or
off
fantastic sludgy.
of. Or some fantastically stupid ideas for me to
Okay.
maybe kind of, bounce off of to maybe have some cameo stuff that you might want to see in this world.
So for the Halloween Island, I think if people pick up seashells, they get like attacked by vicious whispers for a solid 3 minutes. They listen to it and they're like, "Oh
Seashells.
fuck, I shouldn't
Ooh.
have done it."
Like dissonant whispers.
I think
Yeah.
every seashell, when you listen to it to hear the ocean, it gives you a
Screams
wet
of
willy.
dying.
Just tongues your ear.
It just tongues you right in the ear.
Wow.
I vote if the
Yo,
viewers
oh, that
pay
was
you enough.
It's a
uncomfortable.
rare mollusk that
Hey,
Yeah,
so
slides off
I
your
vote if the
locks.
viewers pay you enough money, it should become canon. Okay, I'm gonna pause this real fucking quick.
Yeah, we're shutting that down.
Look at me. This is not going to be Tabletop Exile, where you can just vote, pay money, or influence everything by tossing $100, $200 at us and saying, throw Brody into the volcano. No, we are telling a serious but fun, sometimes funny, just over-the-top kind of good story campaign. The chat will not be influencing this campaign with money. Saying that now, we are doing this story to tell a good, fun story. Donations always welcome, always appreciated. But if you send
Save it
300,
for Fridays.
yeah, save
We're
it for
doing
Fridays.
Save it for Fridays when we do
Yes.
Patreon games.
If you
and
send
have fun.
$300 to us on a Wednesday when we do this story for like, hey, summon this thing, I'm sorry. Thank you for the $300. This was your warning. I'm not doing that. That's for a Friday thing. We do the one shots. That's when y'all can go buck wild with stuff like that.
So as a player, this is not island related, but something Sky is frustrated with.
Yes.
It
Sky
is
the
so-
person.
Yes, Sky the person is like, how do I even choose my gear?
What's wrong?
How did you guys go about choosing your gear?
That's fair. Yeah. So
Okay.
while I'm going to break this down for the chat too. So with Quest, it's
Yeah.
different than D&D, whereas you
Mhm.
have an inventory that you actually have to kind of like track. But you get
Mhm.
10 items. That's it. And like
Oh.
not like string
Well,
or like a pouch.
12 items.
12 items.
So-
Sorry.
We have a chart.
Yeah, my parents are rich, so I just filled out all 12 with everything I wanted.
So we have a chart and then a character list that we get to fill out. That's kind of like a Mad Libs, but we have to be serious with it for today. We choose our roles. It breaks down how your character looks. And then let me get to the items.
It's on page 46.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it tells you you can choose
iceberg.
to be unarmed or have common weapons. And then it gives you items. I mean,
I want to
Okay,
pause for 1 second. I just want to give a shout out to Koro Nico for glowing ice bugs. I'm going to highlight
Mhm.
that and make that a special color
Ooh.
because I fucking love that actually.
Sky,
That's
if you
really
look at
cool.
the paragraph above the unarmed and common weapons, it says you may choose any 3 common weapons. Additionally, you may choose 1 useful item from the list on the next page. That's
mhm,
what we start with at level 1,
yeah.
from my understanding of reading it. So, like, and 3 common weapons is just like anything you could think of. Like,
Frying
Gardain
pan.
carries around a dwarven crossbow and his
Mhm.
bill hook, melee and ranged. And then he doesn't have a 3rd common weapon because he's just not worried about it. And then he took the killing gauze in case one of his weapons breaks.
So I'm thinking because I'm a doctor, right? Like
Mhm.
I don't want to be super squishy, but like insane, like scalpels. That would be really fun to have.
Scalpels would be super cool.
Yeah.
I don't think the weapon matters as much in this game.
Weapons
It's
more for
cosmetic.
flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, like the weapon is almost all flavor.
Yeah. You can
The,
get
the role isn't really influenced
yeah,
by the
you
weapon.
That's
can,
why I
you
went
can
with
get
a bill
magic
hook.
weapons that do like certain things, give you abilities, or like do more damage, but
Brandon would just make your scalpels magical at some point. Or
probably
you'd find some magic. We'd
You-
go into a hospital to find magical scalp. Like we'd
Yeah.
keep it in flavor, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's Quest is all about flavor and telling a story versus like I don't
Mhm.
know, min
Crunch.
maxing your character. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I
Well-
like. Combat is very much more high stakes, like we said earlier before. Like
Yeah.
for example, so you guys know in the chat, for when you watch for the first episode and everything, I'm going forward, everybody has 10 HP. That's it. That's all you get. You get 10 hit points, and of course you can recover, take like a long rest, with the equivalent of a long rest in this game, to get your hit points back. But you have 10 hit points. That's it. So if you take like 3, 4, 5 damage, it's a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And tell them the bullshit about the magic potions
What?
Hmm?
I forget the bullshit about the magic potion.
for the health. If I read it right, you become resistant to the health potions.
Oh yeah. If you drink, that's right. Yeah, there's a rule like if you
That's
just
fu-
drink, like if it's like more than 1 health potion in a day or something like that, or within a certain
Yep.
time, you start to become like more like you build up like a tolerance to them essentially, which I
Yeah.
fucking love.
Yeah.
Right? It's so cool, which is why I was like, okay, I need to round us out because typically I'm a wizard main in D&D. I'm like, so I want to help us out, so I'll basically run it like a cleric.
Which is smart. The doctor's kind of like a cleric. So Sake's more like the fighter. Sky is the doctor slash, which is kind of like a
I
cleric.
am a fighter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is a fighter.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally playing the
And
fighter
then
class.
John's character is not what's it called again? The
Invoker, but it's basically a battle mage based off their ideals.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
one of the things that they give a like think of a paladin or a holy knight. I'm like, yep, okay.
Yep.
It's
I like it.
Neko.
Neko.
That's my
main.
Nico. Okay. Yep. That's my bad.
I think
That's
they
my
said
main
they're
D&D.
Japanese.
Is anybody, are you, just so I can like take note of it now while we're here, Are you guys all doing like weapons, or do you have ranged as well?
I have ranged as well. I have a melee weapon and a ranged weapon.
Mm.
Because Dardane understands that given the protection he has to provide to followers of Cressel when they're on pilgrimages or temples and such like that, he's like, sometimes I need to pepper the enemy with some crossbow bolts before they get within billhook range.
I have a
Right.
sniper rifle.
No, you don't.
No.
You
I
do
have
not.
50 caliber anti-material
The most,
rifle.
I'm
like,
I have to figure out my weapons. I don't know yet.
no, you do not have a sniper rifle.
I'm gonna say she has scalpels and like a first aid kit, and then go from there.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
So you get 12 items. It's like any items, right? Like, can't you just stick sleeping bag on there?
So
I
They
think
don't
like your
necessarily
adventuring,
specify that.
yeah, your adventuring gear is like one item. Like your like a backpack that has like your
Oh, yeah, you're right. That does count as all one
Mhm.
item.
yeah, things like that would count as one. So like your backpack would count as like as one item to have like your sleeping bag and shit in it. Or
Well, how
then,
many
like,
items are you giving us?
you
or
fill
do
out
we
all 12.
start off
you
with
start off
12?
with all 12. But the thing is, like, let's say you have like all 12 of your items and like one of them is like a deck of cards, a special deck of cards that you have, just arbitrary whatever fucking item. But then you come across another item in the wild or in the game that you really want to have that would take
I
an
don't want
inventory
these
slot.
cards. I
you'd
want
have
the
to-
God
You
Hammer.
would, yeah, you'd have to give up one of your inventory slots for an item and swap it out.
Makes sense.
Let's see. Somebody should have a pet squid.
One
I
of
love
the
Assassination Classroom.
real quick, one of the things I read though when I was reading the inventory and how that works is like the inventory is only for like impactful items, from what I understood. So like things like a deck of cards is not it's inconsequential.
It's
to
yeah, it's
your
inconsequential,
encumbering.
but it was just like arbitrary. You know what I mean? That was just like an arbitrary item. You know, it's
Mhm.
like your key items per se.
Yeah.
You know, so you have like your inventory, but then you have like your key items like in a video game. So, ironwood tree ants that are resistant to fire. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh god. I'm writing that down. Ironwood tree ants.
Made something like that for my homebrew world where it's basically
Resistant fire.
pine,
Mm-hmm.
I do like that.
like arboreal tree ants. Like
Somebody said
think-
pygmy dragons.
Oh my god. They are like, how was I putting this? They actually heal from fire because pine cones open in heat and fire, and so like those pine ants actually like heal from fire damage instead of being vulnerable to it.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
They're
start that fight
not
wrong, you're in
fun.
trouble. Yeah.
They throw icicles off their branches in like a cone, and then they'll throw pine cones at you, like big old honking like football-sized pine cones at you.
I have an idea for a creature.
Jizz.
A goblin that takes toes. I guess call them toblins.
Big goblin.
Goblins.
Yeah, they're toblins. They don't go for it. They collect toes, the big one.
Just the big toe. That's it.
Mhm. That's
I
their
don't think
thing.
of a clever name. Something to do with like phalange.
Goblins are what parents get kids to go to bed for. They're like they're like a boogeyman myth.
If you
but
do
they
not
actually
make
exist.
it to your bed by time night falls, Toblin have already removed big toes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
So-
see it.
I'm gonna pull the map up real quick for everybody in chat that's watching,
Nursery rhyme about toblins.
and let everybody take a good look at it real quick. You know, just leave it up here for a second, and when it catches up, it catches up. As you're looking at this, does anybody have any questions? Whether it's you, the players, or like people in chat, any questions about the world, or from looking at it, does it kind of like spawn any ideas, maybe even two that you can think of possibly? So I know we kind of got the islands down here, but I mean, like, do you have any questions or anything? Maybe from looking at this, you're like, it could use this, or maybe this is a good idea to have.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm from Isotormar, and I ain't never left Isotormar in my whole life. How I even know the Eldfall's real?
You probably learned about it in your history classes.
I ain't never wrote them books, and I don't know the folks that done wrote them. Them books don't come from Isotormar; they come from the mainland. My dad says that all the stuff that comes in those books, you got to figure out for yourself what's if it's true and what's not.
Well, I guess you'll find out on your adventures.
How we gonna get a boat?
Ice cactus? I'm writing that down. Holy shit.
Ice cactus is a fire
That's
idea.
a fucking fire idea.
Boom.
Land
So-
Megalodon, let's go.
Somebody say
Land Megalodon.
Well, we
Otherwise
can,
known
those are
as
like, those are
my
the
mom.
My doctor practice / mad scientist lab where I keep the things.
Yeah.
Can I have like a drainage area that just empties, but like a tunnel system that just drops below the floating city and bodies just fall and like just crane down to the
I
earth?
think we talked about that because by the time they like leave the
Biohazard
mountain, they just
material.
fucking hit the ground, either hit the ocean,
Mhm.
disappear forever, or splat and just be gone.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a perfect place for your character to have that kind of stuff at.
I have another question.
Yes, desert crabs is a good idea.
Can my guy have like have you seen Supernatural?
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
Dean has like a badass car.
Mhm.
Can I have a cool little badass boat for Isotome War? I was a lead guy of the guard for a while. When we hit the thing, I want to be like in my caddy.
You probably have like some sort of like boat of sorts, for like fishing and stuff for your family, I imagine, because you work at your family.
Nah,
is,
we do
like-
pizza. We don't actually do seafood. This would be for sport.
I imagine your family probably has some sort of boat that can go
We're
out on
rich.
the ice, like do like ice fishing and shit.
We're the only pizzeria in fucking Isotormar. We're sort of irreplaceable.
That's why you're still in business.
Yeah, we're the only
Literally
one.
just called the hut.
Nobody else knows it. I did an entire 5e D&D campaign where their fucking only objective was to help Papa John's defeat Jabba the Hutt, and he was a fucking pizza demon from hell who was taking over the land, and they had to join the samurai, which were led by the Papa John, and it was insane. It lasted 2 years.
Shouldn't that be Shogun John?
It was like a joke campaign, and it lasted all the way through. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh my lord. Land Megalodon's gonna be like a trimmer where it goes underground and swims through the like you mean like a tremor?
Like a bullet?
My daddy said Cavernox is
No,
only up
you-
there in the air because they
What's the
sin
movie?
too much while
Tremors,
they were here on Earth.
Y'all have seen the movie Tremors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that,
for
yeah.
sure. You
I
talking
like
about
that.
with bacon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that when I was a little kid at my granddaddy's
Miss
house.
Sandgator. We gotta have Sandgators, of course.
Ooh.
The infamous Sand Gator.
Yeah, Sandgators is good. Oh, it's Moss. Hey, Moss, how you doing?
Let's see.
What about Alabama whistling leeches? If we're just saying stupid shit and throwing it at the wall,
Whistling.
I can come up with stupid creatures faster than anybody in this chat. I am the fucking king
Yeah,
of bad ideas.
Creatures is a
You
good
guys
thing.
wanna play?
Creatures is a good thing to brainstorm a little bit because, like I said, this is like all our stuff, so that makes sense.
You guys
Mosquitoes that
remember-
only suck out spinal fluid. You guys still want to play fucking games? You wanna
Spine
come to this
tappers.
tournament?
mosquitoes.
Spinal skeetos, spinal tappers.
Mm-hmm.
Spine skeeters.
Yeah. A mimic
Brandon,
that is a pair of nail clippers that doesn't reveal itself until you try to clip your nails and it takes
Takes a
their whole
finger.
fingertip.
Yeah.
It's a mimic.
Living seaweed that wraps their prey. That's fucking good.
I like that. That's sexy to me.
Spoiler alert, I have something that's actually kind of like that already, but I like the sea version of it.
In real life, if I got wrapped up in seaweed, like living seaweed, I'd sort of flirt as I was fighting my way back out. Like, this is sort of cool, but not cool because my wife's not here.
Okay.
It would be a whole thing.
Listen, I'll go with mosquitoes that suck spinal fluid. I'm not doing telepathic cockroaches to Mars.
Cockroaches are like, nice house, bitch. I'm moving in.
Was this Joe's
And they
apartment?
can tell you about
They're
it.
just talking shit in the middle of the night. You're trying to sleep. They're like,
the only thing that could make cockroaches worse is if they could fucking talk to you.
Oh my god, right?
They'd be, hey, bitch, you left sugar. Leave more sugar out on this fucking
I
shelf,
want
or we
Jay and
invade.
Silent Bob cockroaches.
God damn.
Watch
That's
Joe's
actually a good
apartment.
idea.
That's what that is. I'm not even joking you. Joe's apartment from MTV is basically Jay and Silent Bob the cockroaches.
You ever get your ass eat by a big cockroach in a trench coat?
God damn it.
Oh, I'm on it, baby.
Giant mutant praying mantis that glow in the dark.
This is literally becoming Fallout now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is becoming bad. That's enough fucking creature ideas,
Yep,
chat. You've
that's-
been naughty. You've been bad.
Naughty.
No more ideas.
Yeah, this right here, this is the fall area. Eldfall, that's the fall area. The rest of the world, no, it's not.
It could be an invasive annoyance. No, Demars, we don't need telepathic cockroaches. That's like the worst thing ever. That's like, oh, we're creating our own world. How about every time someone turns a corner, they stub their toes? No, it sucks. I don't want to do that. Normalize telepathic roaches.
Pygmy dragons. Okay, that's the last one I'm
How about
writing down, 'cause
no?
I've seen it like 4 times.
I don't want to.
All right, that's the last creature I'm writing down because it's getting like, okay. Now
I do
we're
think it
getting...
would be cool if we had a race of cockroach people and their like primary focus was to run the vending machine operations for the entire continent, and they sort of have like a monopoly on it. And there's nothing you can do about it because they even survived the nuclear fallout of the Eldfall because they're fucking cockroach people, and you can't get rid of them. And they run really good vending machines, so you're sort of stuck with it.
You know, I would believe that to be part of the Rentucky, like Gambit.
Yeah, that's a Rentucky Island thing. There's no vending machines in Melrias.
Do you know what a vending machine is?
Do you hear that though? We just canonized.
Yeah, we're getting
For
things
Rentucky.
we want slowly, I guess.
Thanks. Yeah, now in Rentucky Island, there's vending machines. Oh wait, we already established that before Sky was here because the stakes creature or stakes player Beans put vending machines on the island and replaced all the drinks on there with Diet Mountain Dew.
This is evil.
Hello, I have replaced all good drinking water with Diet Mountain Dew because I make fuck to all of your health. Goodbye. Cloud surfing goblins, I like that.
I do like
This
cloud
is-
surfing goblins.
Kangaroo mantis shrimp? No, Neko.
No.
You're fired again. Are there any other worlds planes? Yes, there are. Brandon.
Any other what?
Are there any
Planes.
other worlds / planes? And yes, there. Well, it doesn't have to be a Brandon conversation. We all have the book. There
Yeah.
are about 4 planes. So there's like, they have their version of the Shadowfell, which is the opposite of their version of the material plane.
Yeah.
They have a what's the other one, John?
One is like space.
Yeah, one is like literally like their version of the astral plane.
Mm.
I mean, it's
like
very
the Void or the Nexus or something. I forget what. It might be the
Right,
Void. I think. Yeah.
They kept Quest very simple
Mhm.
and simplistic, and that's sort of the beauty in it because it's mostly RP. Like you roll a d20 for pretty much every action. The DM decide. Well, the success rates are like 1 to 5 is a super fail, 5 to 10 is a fail or is a success with a consequence.
It's a.
And then 10 to 15
list.
is a success with no issue, and then 15 to 20 is like a super success.
So the Omniverse, it has the worldly plane,
Omniverse. Okay.
the shadow plane,
Right.
the rift, and the beyond.
the
Okay,
Rift,
which one
that's
is the
what it's called.
Rift? The Rift is the space one, and the
The
Beyond is
astral.
what? The Undead?
No, the rift is the astral plane existing between universes,
Ah.
and the beyond is the outer plane.
Outer plane.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah,
So-
so they have those 4
yeah.
planes.
So this realm is essentially like one of the realms in these planes of existence in the game.
Yeah,
This is
the
just the
world
realm that
plane.
I've made. That's in like the material. They're putting on the
Yeah.
material realm.
Go ahead and look at what Sky put up there. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I just caught up. I was looking
Yeah.
at the stream. Never mind.
Boulder
I missed that
snails.
moment.
Hold on, I'm writing. Okay, I gotta write down boulder snails.
I
That's
do
just
like
cool.
boulder snails.
Me too.
I do like sand whales that swim under the sand.
That'd be funky.
Sand whales. That's cool.
I think sand whales is better than land megalodons.
Yeah.
Mm.
like it.
I don't know. I could see kind of like these skiffs that are boats with sleigh sleds. Bleh.
Yeah.
And there's basically an industry around hunting these sand megalodons,
That would actually be pretty cool.
almost like off of Shadow and Bones, the sand skiffs from that.
Well, we got quite a lot tonight. We got these 4 islands, which we will continue
Yeah.
to build upon.
And I will say, second of all, I know we keep Wednesdays usually to an hour. And
Yep.
we're already over that time.
Okay.
So I guess we're gonna have to take this information that we got today, and then we're gonna organize it, and we will
Yep.
upgrade it to the map. And then next time you guys see this map, we'll have that information added to
a little
that.
more updated and stuff for sure. so.
We're gonna take all these ideas that you guys have, and we're gonna set them to the side. Whether they will be in additional videos or whether you'll just see them as you're watching the campaign, which is probably much more likely. Yeah, that's fantastic. Brandon, do you have any final words for the people?
I don't, not necessarily. I know we're gonna have the character art tomorrow, so you can see what these characters look like. We're gonna talk here soon, probably tomorrow over the next couple days of like start date of when we're gonna do this. We know that we're probably gonna do it on Wednesdays, so it'll replace world building, but we'll still be doing the one shots during the week as well too.
Hey, chat, who wants us to start next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday is also the week of the 4th, so is that a good week for everybody?
Oh,
We're
shit.
gonna be hungover as fuck.
I don't think so.
4th of July is Tuesday.
Plus,
Yeah,
Brandon,
4th of
you
July
haven't-
Tuesday.
you
I'm
still
not
need
opposed
that
to it. We
gear.
do gotta talk about it, see if that's a good week for us to start though, just because like it being a holiday and stuff.
I can.
Okay.
But we'll talk about it
Yeah.
not live in front of you nerds
Yes,
on the
correct.
internet. We'll talk about that in the privacy of our mansion that we have in the Hollywood Hills.
Our mansion
Oh, for
of the TCC Hype House. Yeah.
Well, obviously Sky has not been invited yet. That's why she sounds so incredulous. But as she earns her
Yes.
place in the cast, maybe we'll fly her out one of these days.
Oh boy.
So
right.
I'm very happy that we got to introduce our characters to you guys. We're very excited to start the campaign. This was awesome getting to share some of the details with you guys. And other than that, I think I don't have anything else to say other than
No.
join the Discord. We're working on getting it reorganized, moved, and fixed up. So it's a really good time to be around.
Yeah, and if you are on the Discord right now, didn't see the announcement, we are kind of switching everything over to a more content-based server for to talk about our content, the shows, and the stuff that we're doing. So, I think that's about it. Sky, John, you guys got anything you want to say?
I'd say please don't forget to leave a like on this video. I see some thumbs that have not been clicked.
Yes, yeah, do that so more people can see it, so they can see what this is all about. So,
Or I'll send a toblin to your house.
yeah, you'll wake up with no toes.
You'll learn what a gilf is.
We're going to start calling you Teeter Totter.
John, you got anything?
No, not really.
Cool.
Just I'm excited.
All right, I'm excited to have John back. I'm excited for Sky to be here. I'm excited I'm really excited for Steak's character because it's gonna be different than what you guys have seen. I'm really excited for it.
He's a real horn dog. He's going to be tearing it up, shooting magic missiles with his new machine gun.
All right, and I'm excited to be DMing a new system. Actually, it's not DMing. Actually, in Quest is known as the guide, I guess. So
Yeah, he's going to be walking us along the path of fame and fortune. Follow us in the future for more updates on this magical adventure.
oh,
That-
that and if you're in the Discord, send me some campaign name ideas. I'm thinking something. I think I wanted to do Titan's Reign or Colossi Reign or Colossal Reign, but I don't know.
Everybody tell him Titan Reign is a bad idea. Sounds like Attack on Titan and nobody likes it. Not the show. The show's great. The title. Nobody likes the title.
Okay. All right, everybody. We will catch you next time.